The haunted mansion in a small, quiet town. There stood an old, dilapidated mansion on the outskirts. The locals avoided it like the plague, whispering tales of strange noises and apparitions that haunted the place. Emily, a young journalist with a curious mind and a penchant for the supernatural, decided to investigate the mansion. She arrived on a gloomy, overcast day, the air thick with the smell of damp earth and decay. As she pushed open the creaky front gate, a shiver ran down her spine. The front door was slightly ajar, and she stepped inside cautiously. The interior was dark and musty, with cobwebs hanging from the ceiling and dust covering every surface. She switched on her flashlight and began to explore the first floor. In the living room, she found an old, dusty piano. As she ran her fingers over the keys, a single note echoed through the silent room, sending a chill through her body. She continued on, finding a staircase that led to the upper floors. As she climbed the stairs, she heard a soft moaning sound coming from one of the rooms. Her heart raced, but her curiosity got the better of her. She followed the sound to a room at the end of the hallway. The door was closed, but she could see a faint light seeping through the cracks. She pushed the door open slowly and gasped. Inside the room, there was a woman dressed in a white gown sitting in a rocking chair. Her face was pale and her eyes were empty. Emily tried to speak, but no words would come out. The woman turned her head and looked at her, a strange smile spreading across her face. "You shouldn't have come here," she said in a cold, raspy voice. Suddenly, the woman disappeared, and Emily was left alone in the room. She ran out of the room and down the stairs, her heart pounding in her chest. When she reached the front door, she found it locked. She tried to break the door down, but it was no use. She was trapped inside the haunted mansion. As she turned around, she saw the woman standing at the top of the stairs, her eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. Emily knew that she had made a terrible mistake. She was at the mercy of the spirits that haunted the mansion, and she didn't know if she would ever be able to escape. The hours passed, and Emily continued to search for a way out. She found a hidden door in the basement that led to a dark, narrow tunnel. She followed the tunnel, hoping that it would lead her to safety. Finally, she emerged from the tunnel and found herself outside the mansion. She ran as fast as she could, not looking back until she was far away from the haunted place. From that day on, Emily never forgot her terrifying experience in the haunted mansion. She often wondered what had happened to the woman in the white gown and if there were other spirits still trapped inside the old, dilapidated house.